Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in Dawn of War 2. This is a special occasion, and we don't normally do special occasions when it comes to Dow 2, but we are now, and we may do some more down the line. This is actually the Faction Wars, a 3v3 match where all of these players, they represent a team. And there's a bunch of them. Every race in the game has a team where people play these big team games, and they basically all represent a faction. So our Space Marines is going to be Trippy, Tonberry, and Torpid. A lot of T's. Terrific.
Imperial Guard, no T's there. 531st, Lord Commissar, Shotai Morvik, and Elsmore. They're going to be playing as our guards. Yeah.
Just going to quickly turn these game sounds down. They're a bit louder than I had in mind.
What was great was like the initial build order at the start of the game. Our Space Marines went for 3 tac squads, and our Imperial Guard went for 3 Sentinels, just straight off the bat. That was the build order.
Followed up by 3 scouts, so not really a surprise, but already some action. The 3v3 maps are actually quite small in Dawn of War 2, which does lead to some pretty action-packed games. This map, Argus Desert Gate, I believe it's called, there's pretty much 3 lanes, so you typically do get 3 1v1s.
Yeah.
But in Dawn of War 2, flanking can be so punishing because of the way that melee works. If you flank your opponent on their retreat path, they melee through a bunch of sluggers, it's devastating. But these are both 2 ranged factions, so those flanks aren't going to be quite devastating as what you would otherwise see. But even now, we already see a bit of a rotation here from the middle Imperial Guard. Collapsing upon the Space Marines on the side is the Inquisitor, but couldn't really deal with that much bolter fire.
Certainly not. It was a little bit too much. How the Commissar, he's having no issues with that, running straight in there. The early Sentinel seems to work here, I guess for cover design more than anything else, and just to muck up the scouts. The early harassment is certainly working out in our Imperial Guard's favor. Currently, they have been dragged down to 487 VPs.
We're trying to chase down this Force Command. He should be fine, though. The Imperial Lord General, not exactly the best on melee. The Sentinel is just necessary against Space Marine. That's just the way the matchup works, because TAC Marines are just so powerful against the Imperial Guardsmen that you need Sentinel to soak up the damage to really force the engagements. And man, this Guardsman's getting devastated, but the Guardsmen are so cheap to reinforce that requisition bleed isn't that significant unless you're losing multiple squads that you have to constantly be reinforcing. Especially once you get up the other squad leader upgrade, the Commissar on the Guardsman squad, it's just so cheap to reinforce them.
So no worries. So a couple of Devastators being built here by our Space Marines. There still isn't really a way to slow down the Sentinels at this stage in the game. There are 3 of them running around, capping up the points up the top.
No, there's 4. Oh yeah, well there's 4 of them in total.
3 at the top and 1 down the bottom. Yeah, they're everywhere. Seems to be a favorite in team games.
We do actually have the Flamer here from the Space Marines on one of the tech squads. It has the Sniper. Sniper's a great way of dealing with the Sentinels. You have that long range damage where you just outrange the Sentinel and have some pretty good damage too. So that's often what you see. Even with Eldar as well, you'll often see Rangers be used as a means to deal with the Sentinels. And when there's 4 of them, you definitely want to invest in some anti-Sentinel. We actually have the Las turret as well. Not that powerful. It doesn't actually suppress like the other turrets in the game do, but they're much cheaper as well. It's only 5 power, but we'll lose that very quickly here to the Flamer. But actually, the Commissar is going in to disrupt that one.
Certainly will. Not being able to use that Flamer in the melee, so we'll actually save the turret for now, and the engagement continues. Devastator, though, still putting on pressure.
Sniper got forced away, and the Guardsmen are just trading so well with the support of the Sentinels. This game's going pretty well so far for the Imperial Guard. VP's only slightly in the favor, though. Full 50 VPs are what remains for the Space Marine.
Not a lot of bleed coming down just yet. Trippy's going to be going for the first squad. The Assault Marines now. And there's actually an Artillery Spotter squad coming out here as well for 531st.
Yeah, that's probably to counter the Devastator team, I would say.
Especially, I think there's 2 of them on the map as well, so 3 of them, in fact. 3 Devastators here, 1 for each of our Space Marine compatriots.
Oh, the nade, but actually the Guardsman dodged that one, but even then the Tech Marine may just gun him down on retreat. And he does get away. This is such an action-packed game. Normally 3v3s are much more static than this.
I'm most certainly keeping an eye on the icons down the bottom right here, Machine. That is my casting job. I will find a squad wipe if there is one. I'll certainly keep an eye on it in case we miss it on screen.
We do actually have a lot more power as well for the Guardsmen. They've got 2 full farms. The Space Marines only have 1 of them. But I think this could be the North forced away. Oh, the Tech Marine gets gunned down by just so many las guns. Well, multi las guns they're called, I believe. Multi-laser.
Yeah.
A lot of pew-pew.
Much pew-pew, indeed, machine. So, yeah, quite easy to max out these powers at this stage of the game. I was going to say they're a little bit hard to harass, but this one's actually being harassed by the Sentinels at this stage. Here come the Assault Marines. They're in the melee.
I think he missed the stomp. Oh, yeah, no, went off on one of them. But Assault Marine's very powerful up against the Guardsmen in melee. Even the Lord General isn't that fantastic, but the Sentinels can just keep stomping them around. We are seeing a tier 2 now for one of our Guardsmen players, and actually loses a Sentinel.
Finally, our Space Marines managing to force their way back into the game. Don't have enough energy for another jump, so the Guardsman squad should be safe here.
Great arty spotter there. Well, knocking around the Devastator, even the attack Marines as well. I think another one's going to be landing. No, this is the smoke.
Yeah, just smoke.
Couldn't quite get a power, and the Scouts may go down. Nade gets thrown. I think I was anticipating that they would chase him down, but loses the Scout. That's with the Sergeant as well, so that was pretty expensive. And the other power is being sieged up as well now by the Space Marines. There is a flamer there, and a bunch of Space Marines here roaming around, I think trying to defend the VP.
Certainly looks that way, Machine. The bleed is certainly continuing at the moment. Oh, the Stomp actually only hits one of the Marines there. Bit of a late jump. No, it actually collides on all of them, but 2 of them managed to jump away. We'll probably have to see a retreat. They're going to start dropping models otherwise. I think that's, 2 Assault Marine models dropped there. Inquisitor's going to be forced off as well. Should be safe. Unless there's anything else on the retreat point. It doesn't look like there is.
Still 2 Sentinels up here in the right side. And we actually have the Manticore being built, the heavy artillery vehicle. Very powerful against the static weapons, the Devastators, the Attack Marines if they're stationary. And we have a pretty defensive playstyle coming out of our Tech Marine up the right side here. We have the Teleporter Relay, which is a forward retreat point. You can reinforce from there as well. And we actually have the Tarantula turret. It is being focused down, but it's also being repaired by the Tech Marine. It looks like the repair is gradually keeping it alive, but the health is slowly fading down. But shouldn't matter too much, as the Attack Marines are reinforcing, as well as the Devastator.
Artillery Spotter Squad trying to break the camp there. It's certainly going to help out. However, a Devastator finds a nice flank, and all of a sudden, it looks like, the Spotter Squad's going to have to retreat here, which means no way to force off the Devastator.
It was a nice play. He used the smoke to prevent the turret from firing, but by then the Devastator already set up, so too late. Big rotation here. We actually have the Vengeance rounds as well on the Devastator, doing that extra damage. Can be incredibly powerful against the Sentinel. It wrecks them in a matter of seconds.
Tech's starting to come out here for our Space Marines as well. Trippy, he's going to be the first one to head up towards that tier 2. Certainly is on his way, probably due to the later power farms we saw added on by our Space Marine team.
Pretty good map control now for the Space Marines. Still behind in VPs, but it should start to tick in their favor.
All these powers are going to be sniped down as well here, Machine, which is going to delay anything else coming out from him. Imperial Guard have the tanks are on the field, so we've got a Manticore, and there's a Chimera here as well for Elsmore. He's managed to roll one of those out.
Yeah, let's see what they actually decide to go for. I think it's or maybe going for a Flamer Gen Bash. Oh no, it's actually Plasmas. So, but still, Plasma guns are pretty powerful. Because there's 2 of them and the Chimera, you can take those power gens down pretty quickly. These have the Vengeance rounds too, I believe, the upgrade for it at least.
Power harassment certainly is working out. Here comes the Assault Marines. They're going to be jumping in.
Well, that was with a Manticore on the Devastator, but it does pack away in time. And yeah, the Assault Marines have been doing a lot of work. Getting the Melter Bomb now. Probably for the Chimera that he's seen. He's actually already flanked it too. Jumps in, but now it means the Chimera can just back off.
Yeah, no worries.
Probably out of energy for the Melter Bomb as well.
Certainly would have been, Machine. It's weird they didn't just stick around and keep the DPS going and didn't follow it up with the Melter Bomb.
Oh, those Attack Marines getting so low. The Plasma Gun's having a lot of damage.
Oh, Force Commander's actually going to shoot that one down.
The Attack Marine does survive now. Melter Bomb. I think he's still out of ammo, actually. So using one of the upgrades from his commander, I think it's the Flak Jacket that reduces the damage. Oh, Las Cannon gets the Chimera. And he only got 2 power gens, so not really worth it there for the Imperial Guard.
Pretty big investment. Is we see pretty much an en masse retreat coming in. Manticore's even going to be backing away here. It has recently fired as well. Is it ready to go again?
Not sure,
Might
actually.
be soon. We can actually check. Hopefully it will be soon. I have to check. Currently, though, 2 VPs in the favour of our Space Marines. They're on 369 VPs compared to the 402 of our Imperial Guard.
Manticore did force the retreat at least, and we have is that a Thunderhammer or the Power Fist? That's the Power Fist. So that can actually kill that Manticore in, I believe, 2 shots. And he has the Teleporter pack as well, so that Manticore has to be very careful.
Yeah.
It's probably why he actually went for that build.
You got a teleporter pack on there. That's going to be easy against the Manticore, and then you've also got to worry about the Assault Marines jumping in. Is that another Manticore here from Elsmore? What's he going for?
It's Chimera.
Yeah, I meant Chimera. Yeah, another Chimera being thrown down by Elsmore.
I actually think that the double Sentinel rocket's a very strong idea because there's such a defensive playstyle now with the teleporter relay. It means that having the Sentinels is it's kind of like a pseudo artillery. You can poke around, do some good harassment. The Sentinels are getting pretty low. He has to be very careful with the plasma cannon and just the plasma gun on that Tech Marine. Has the refractor field as well, so it can be pretty aggressive and take a fair bit of punishment.
Tech Marine taking a bit of damage there. What are the upgrades on our Tech Marine?
Well, I think he's going for the Sentinel. He's going very aggressive.
Shielded up. He's got the plasma gun. He's hunting it down.
He's going to kill it, I think. It's missing, but it will hit it eventually.
Come on.
What?
Oh,
missing 3 shots in a row. Oh, wow. Lucky break there.
The Sentinel lives machine.
He's not done, though. He pops the refractor field.
Burning through much of the
he
energy on that
retreats
Tech Marine, and it will probably go down here. I don't think there's going to be a melee, but it's not even going to need to be one. The heavy weapons team more than enough to snipe the Tech Marine down. It's the second time we've seen it go down this game. We could see the Manticore in trouble here. It's firing, but it's under Assault Marine fire pretty shortly. No, they decided not to go in. Yeah, I thought the Assault Marines were going to dive in, but there's a little bit too much DPS coming from the guardsmen in the area.
Such bad RNG, though, from Torpid. He missed 4 shots in a row against a Sentinel on 15 health. The Force Commander doesn't have the Artificer's Armor. That can be nice, just to give that extra tankiness. Because when you don't have the shield as well, the Force Commander isn't as durable as you would like. As for the other Tech Marine, he's actually got Signum Armor, I believe, but he's dead, has to get revived. You can revive your allied commanders, but you have to be in position. Oh, Plasma Gun, wow.
Whoa!
Actually gonna kill the squad there. He gets the Sergeant with the Power Fist.
That was a brutal
We
shot.
have the Inferno Pistol as well. It's a very good anti-commando item. It gives you single target range damage. It has the Judgment ability as well, I believe it's called. And does kill the Force Commander.
Excellent play.
Up to 300 damage at the center of a target, so it's very powerful. And a missile launcher on the Tech Marine, but the Manticore's still alive.
Yeah,
going for the plasmas.
Again. Yeah, instant retreat there. Well aware of the damage that the Manticore is able to put out. More tech options coming in now as well. So there's a couple of plasma guns on the field. I was seeing a Dreadnought, but it looks like I think Tomberry was going for one, but it ended up being cancelled for the tier 3. And there's a librarian.
Oh wow, tier 3.
Librarian here for Torpid.
Tier 3 for Tomberry as well. Plasma Cannon would be able to kill that Sentinel in one shot. We do actually have the Librarian, which is great, giving the speed boost, the Veil of Time, I believe it's called. Because there's this Devastators here, you really want to have that, especially when you're avoiding Manticores, because then it means you can avoid the Manticore without having to retreat.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Manticore actually kill anything, but it has forced multiple retreats, which is in its own right is still working quite well in your favor.
Yeah, certainly is stopping the effectiveness of these plasma guns when they're continually being forced off. Machine. Yeah, the Librarian's a nice choice. So tier 3 here for Sturmovic. Sturmovic.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We need that Russian caster guy.
We certainly do. That's what we want in our lives, Machine. Tomberry also on that and Trippy heading up towards it as well.
Oh, there goes one. Oh no, never mind. That was Plasma Cannon coming through. Fair bit of damage, though. The Artie Spotter may get taken out. Does almost get the Plasma Cannon as well, but he can just reinforce it from the Teleporter pack.
Sentinels still
a
firing
huge
with their
collapse.
rockets.
And actually, this Manticore is very far forward as well. There's the marked target on the heavy weapons squad, and the missile launcher could take that Manticore out pretty quickly.
The Librarian actually running into melee here, trying to gun that one down. Probably not going to be enough though. And we also see the Lord Commissar being gunned down with incredible speed. I think the Chimera managed to the Manticore managed to survive this one, even after walking in so close.
Yeah, it hasn't been targeted yet at all. We actually had the Armor of Alacrity on our Force Commander, just wanting to have the extra mobility and a little bit more health as well.
I guess sprint in combination with the teleport, if you can kind of teleport generally close and then sprint in and go for some additional hits onto the
Oh, how
look
look
that
at
could be good.
Let's see if it misses this time. What? Still missing! Oh, he does kill it in the end. How mad do you think Torbert would be if he did kill that one this time
I would
around?
uninstall Dawn of War. That's probably what would happen. I'm not happy having a fun time at all. Just like these Space Marine squads are not having a good time against such plasma damage.
We do actually have the Terminators now from Tonberry. Let's see what he decides to upgrade. Actually going for the Assault Cannon. I thought he was going to go for the missile, whatever they call the missile packs. Those are very powerful. Good against vehicles as well. But it looks like the Space Marines are pretty much in control. They do have the 2 VPs in their favor and about doubling the VPs as well. 370 against the 175. And these Terminators are going to be a bit of a problem. There isn't any strong melee, which can be a great way of countering the Terminators.
Certainly will give a nice range advantage to our Space Marines, and they were lacking that up to this point.
Pretty sure Ogrins will deal with the Terminators pretty effectively.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, there's actually a lot of float here for Elsmore. Look at that wreck float coming in from Elsmore. I mean, he's taking up now, so obviously it's going to be big investment. It's,
what?
It's 1,600 wreck float here.
But he's got 34 pop cap. Yeah, that's really bad. He should have a lot more than that.
I guess calling on a lot of units now, he's hit the tier 3, and it'll all be kind of...
But tier 3...
It doesn't really give you a lot.
Tier 3 units are so power heavy that
it really doesn't have
just
access
no point.
to them.
I mean, at least build another squad of Stormtroopers or Guardsmen or something.
Heavy weapons team, anything really.
Well, heavy weapons teams, they do actually cost power.
Yeah, they do a little bit actually.
But yeah, there's no reason for him to do that. He actually does call in a Lehman Russ. I believe it's the Lord Commissar's call-in ability that he actually used. They just drop in the middle of the line.
Yeah.
So there is a missile launcher. There's a plasma cannon. So there's not completely out of anti-vehicle. This is where the Signum armor would come in handy, so you can mark target the Lehman Russ. Because there's actually no armor upgrade from the Tech Marine here. Oh, actually loses the Devastator, I believe that was. Meanwhile, the Manticore is being collapsed upon by the Terminators. The Power Fist should be able to take this one down. He's not actually moving it, though. He's probably going to lose it to the Assault Cannon now. Yeah, wow, loses that.
Good stuff coming in from the Terminators. Excellent attack from Trippy. Was looking for that one for a while.
Now there's
another
Salt
Terminator
Termies.
ones. Yeah, Salt Termies with that big Thunder Hammers whacking down power currently on the left-hand side.
I think this game is over at this stage.
Yeah, it's looking that way, Machine. The Terminators were just a nice way to round out the composition. Elsmore still with an incredibly big wreck float, which is still with a 1k wreck float. That's a problem.
Stiermovic is only on 30 pop cap, so they've just lost too many squads. The kind of the late game Space Marine composition was too much to deal with. The VPs are ticking out. It's going to be a triple cap at this stage by the looks of it. And there's no answer to these Assault Terminators.
No, really is nothing, Machine.
A good use of the strafing run, the bombing strike, I suppose. Actually gets a squad wipe there.
Certainly doesn't, and buys a little bit more time. That will delay the triple cap Machine, but I mean, for how long? What can our Guardsmen get out to try and hold one of these VPs? Even with the double cap, it's only going to be another few minutes before the Guards are bled down to 0.
I'm surprised the Assault Termies chase after these units instead of just holding the VP, but the triple cap will end this game as soon as they secure that one. Actually pops They Shall Know No Fear. But they do have to retreat now. Nothing really coming in for the Imperial Guard either.
Yeah, missile launchers coming in from the side though. A huge blob of them. Should be a sniper. And
there we go.
Even the Force Commander going to be teleporting in. He's probably going to get another hit onto this as well. Lehman Russ. Will the Lehman Russ go down? It certainly will, Machine. Hammers and fists and missile launchers. All kinds of counters.
Ever been so mad you wanted to punch a tank?
I mean, I haven't personally, Machine. I don't know.
You should try it sometime.
That's a whole new level of mad. Like maybe if you buy me a Power Fist for Christmas, I'll consider punching a tank next time I get mad. But
that's how I feel when I get Oracle cheesed. Proxy Oracle. I just want to punch a tank.
Man. Punch a tank.
It'll make me feel better.
Yeah. So GG, well played.
Yeah, that was a fun game, but I think the Space Marines just outclassed their opponents here. Elsmore perhaps letting the team down a little bit. There's no reason why you should be floating up that much requisition just ever at all. Even if you want to, I'm going to rush a Baneblade. It's still, what, like 1,000 requisition? And he had 1,600?
Yeah.
Just spend that on something else. And yeah, that's a shame. But I love the play out of the Space Marines. This whole teleporter relay was not something you see very often, but it was very, very powerful and hard to break through. And Manticores are pretty much some of the best artillery in the game, so...
Yeah, and even with that, I mean, the Manticore kept getting blown on the Devastator, which was necessary, and it just ended up being too much stuff, but it was cool. Yeah, the teleporter relay was well placed because the Tech Marine just sits behind the cover right next to it and gets the repairs off, so no worries.
And if you force a retreat, it doesn't really matter. The plasma cannons, they retreat from here to here. Doesn't matter. Maybe the better thing to do is if you force a retreat with something else and then you Manticore the relay, you can cancel the retreat path. I don't know if you can do it mid-retreat though, but you can certainly toggle it on and off between that and the base.
I don't play a lot of Tech Marines, so I'm not sure if you can cancel it midway. That's kind of your bread and butter.
Well, I have played a lot of Tech Marine, but I haven't built many teleporter relays.
Okay, there you go.
It's much harder to make them work in a 1v1.
Yeah, certainly.
Than a 3v3 at least. But anyway, that'll wrap us up for now. We will probably be doing the rest of the series because this was quite a bunch of fun. So thanks to the people that actually ran the faction wars. It's pretty cool to see big events happening in the DAO 2 community, keeping the scene alive and all that good stuff. And it's actually pretty interesting seeing the faction dynamics on a bigger scale.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's all...
It opens up a lot of opportunities, so a bit more strategic diversity that isn't necessarily available in 1v1s.
Yeah. You can kind of field more units in the roster. But anyway, that'll do us for now, so we'll see you next time. If you do enjoy our Dawn of War videos, do consider backing us on Patreon, since we are posting videos every day, and that will help us keep the dream alive and get more great content out.
Thank you.
Yeah.